Welcome back to another episode of the Sistah Talk podcast. I'm your host, Gold Chain Diva, and this is my co-host,
Miss Beatty, and that's for the Z.
And we're just two sisters with a lot to talk about. And as y'all can tell, it gets heated from time to time, but we still love each other though.
Love each other.
But this is episode 11, and this is going to be the last episode before we take a break. I'm sorry, I know you guys have been loving it, but we got to take a break because we are real women with real jobs.
Listen,
we be tired. But thank you all for sticking in there with us. But we definitely going to take a month break. So you all will be getting a new episode May 1st from us.
May 1st.
But you know, don't lose faith in us. Keep track with us on social media just to know what's up.
Yes.
So, sis,
What's going on?
What's going on? Look, that's a good question, ain't it?
Listen, what is going on? Let's see. Well, first of all, today is our Friday, so we got a little
Sean Teasy.
Okay.
Who was wondering? You know, it's a secret mix.
Secret, lovely.
By
mix.
yours truly.
Yes, Sean Teasy. Love it. I'm actually gonna take a drink now, but
and we got some of those old smoky pineapples sitting in the bottom.
Oh my gosh,
the moonshine pineapples.
And I will be eating one while we're recording. So can't wait. But other than that, sis, man, another day, another dollar. That's all I'm gonna say. Another day, another dollar. Okay, what about you?
Well, since she took my answer.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's been a really good week. Even though it has its, pits and valleys, it has been a really positive week. It's been a strong week. Like I had told you all last time, we started the Bible group in the morning. And I just feel like that has been so helpful for my day. It helps me, just kind of set the tone for whatever else happens, give me something to look forward to.
Absolutely.
And then, we started our fitness journey together. And this week, let me tell you, sis, you be proud of me.
Yes.
I went walking at least 3 days out this week.
Good.
And every time I did about 3 or 4 miles. Every time. Little legs is hurting.
Listen.
Just a little bit.
Listen,
but I did it.
Right.
Summer bodies are made in the wintertime. It ain't wintertime.
Listen, I like that
for too much longer.
Yeah. Very, very true. Very true. But
yeah, I think it's time for us to get ready to spill the tea.
Spill the pinkies out tea.
So, first up on Spill the Tea.
I always feel like I talk about the heavy stuff, kind of. Maybe a little bit.
No, I think we both do.
Yeah, okay. So then I don't feel too bad. But we're going to talk about the Tennessee mass shooting. I'm pretty sure everybody has heard about it. I was very intrigued by it. First of all, to find out that I think they first said that it looked to be a young boy. And I was like, okay, a young boy. It was actually a transgender girl that dresses like a boy. Okay. So she was 28. Her name was Audrey Hale. And she actually went to this school. The Covenant. I want to say it was the name was Covenant School, but it was a church that also had a school. So to me, it's just crazy because we always have killings, we always have mass shootings, but we haven't had one in quite some time. And for her to be young, first of all, not young enough to be in school still, but young, not older than 30, 28 years old, you know what I mean? My first thing that I asked myself
what triggered her?
What triggered her to go to her old elementary school and shoot 6 people, 3 kids and 3 adults. And everybody, I'm sorry to say this, if you haven't already heard, they passed away. Nobody made it. I don't know if I should be saying this on camera, but I screen recorded on my phone, and I shared it with my boyfriend, and just because it's just crazy. This is the first mass shooting that they actually outed on social media. Let people actually see what was going on.
And it does make you wonder, and it's not time for conspiracy type thing, but I loves me a good conspiracy. It just makes you wonder because we always hear about these circumstances where they blow stuff up in the media, and you have to wonder, why is this being blown up above all other things? So hopefully, it wasn't a conspiracy, and it wasn't those things that, is supposed to take our attention away from something else.
And, you know, it's crazy that you do say that, because I noticed that, and I'm going to call her Sis. Sis had on a bulletproof vest. She had on tactical gear, like gloves. She had the gun, and you can see all this in the, you know, and we'll share it with you guys. She had on like a strap of a gun already on her, which was some type of rifle. Then she had the like military one on her that she was like, and you can see it like.
So did they say she was in the military?
No.
So no connection to the military.
No connection to the military. It shows her shooting out the windows of the glass door. She kicks it in, goes in, and she's going through the doors like this, looking. I'm like, this girl came there for a reason. She had hate in her heart. I said, that is so chilling. And it makes it so realistic because they're showing it, and you get to see from the cops' point of view when they actually took her down, to her point of view when she drove around the school, stopped, and then broke into the school. So I says, listen,
I don't know. It just makes you think, like, obviously there was clear motive. Like, whether they established it or not.
They did say that this was, and I'm sorry, y'all, I'm gonna have to look at my phone because I want to make sure that I'm saying it right. Carefully planned attack. So when have you ever heard in a school shooting that it was carefully planned? Of course, it's always planned, but carefully planned attack. They did mention that she had emotional disorder. She lived with her parents, and over a month span, she was buying guns. So she had even more guns than what she brought with her.
Damn.
Yeah.
I just know, like, we've talked about transgender community quite a bit.
Right.
And it really, like, and I know we got heated on our last conversation about it.
Yes.
But it really makes you wonder, like, okay, is this an effect of her not being able to express herself as a child? Or, like, what was it? Like, you know what I mean? Like,
what created her to snap? Just think, like, we all go to sleep at night. We wake up, and something clicked to her, like, listen, today's the day.
Somebody did something to her. Somebody in that school must have did something to her that really affected her so much to the point where she said, F these kids.
Yeah.
Like, seriously, the only thing I can think of is, like you said, it was a faith-based school.
Yeah.
So it could have been anything that happened with that, that made her feel a certain type of way and really carry that type of hate in her heart.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. And it's just so, it's so scary that these babies was in school not knowing.
Not even safe in school. Not even safe on a bus stop no more. They just not safe. People are mentally distressed. COVID did a number on everybody. Not saying that COVID was the reason why she's all messed up.
Yeah.
But COVID did a number on people.
Absolutely.
And I mean, we hear all the time, kids even in our backyard in Baltimore getting shot on the bus stop going to school.
Yeah, that's terrible. Listen.
Like, nobody is safe anymore.
No. They're really not. I literally, this was on my heart to talk about just because I feel I'm kind of happy in a way that they let the public see this because it raises some type of awareness. First of all, let's talk about having conversations with your kids, no matter what age they are. If they're still in your house, you should be having a conversation with them. That's just how I feel. And she was still living with her parents.
Well, I guess it goes to show you that, we grew up in an area where they did drills and different stuff. And it just goes to show you that no drill can really prepare you for something that traumatic happening. So, we definitely send our prayers out to the families of the victims because we can only imagine what they feeling like losing those little ones. I mean, on the last episode you said, I'm just worried about the babies.
Listen.
The babies the only ones that's hurting.
Exactly.
So, yeah, it's definitely unfortunate.
Super unfortunate.
But yeah, super unfortunate. But, it's the world that we live in, unfortunately.
Yeah.
Well, more hot topics for this week on Spill the Tea. We always like to talk about TikTok. We talk about TikTok quite a bit.
Yes, we do.
Most of our news stories we find on TikTok. So, TikTok is a part of life. It's a lifestyle choice. But TikTok has been under fire. They have been in the hot seat. And honestly, it's not a surprise because TikTok to me has been in the hot seat since they came out.
Yeah.
As far as, because it's a Chinese app. And it's always been a matter of safety as far as like information and data breaches and all that type of stuff. So if you all don't know, and I'm sure if you all are engulfed in TikTok as much as we are, you saw the same live stream last week when they did a congressional hearing with the CEO of TikTok. And sorry if I pronounce his name wrong, but his name is Shu Chu.
Okay.
Or Shao Chu, something along them lines. But basically, they did a hearing with TikTok because just a matter of national security. TikTok collects so much data that the U.S. is concerned that the data that they're collecting is in the interest of the Soviet Union. And we have issues with Russia.
Right.
So basically the hearing was to talk to the CEO of TikTok and basically get more information about the different systems that they have in place for like how they, like how the algorithm works, what people see on their timelines, how much information is actually being taken in. And so a couple of the things that I wanted to highlight that some of the, representatives or chair people brought up as concerns, and some of them like kind of sparked my interest because I was like, hold up. So one of the things is a lot of harmful challenges that are going around apparently for children. Stuff that got to do with them drinking cough syrup and setting themselves on fire and all this dumb stuff. And it's so crazy because as adults, we obviously don't get to see that because that's not a part of our algorithm.
Yeah, right.
So, they ask a lot of questions about, how they can better monitor and keep that stuff over timelines and how strict their guidelines are for that type of information. Obviously, a lot of people are concerned about the children.
Yeah, listen, the babies. I'm gonna say it. The babies.
And they asked a lot of questions about like mental health. What if somebody types in I'm suicidal or whatever the case may be, or they dealing with a substance or something like that, like where they can find drugs, like how they keep that stuff under wraps.
Right.
So that was one thing. Another thing that kind of struck me was we always talk about the algorithm being at least I always say that algorithm is A1.
Yeah.
If you want to see something, you're going to see it. They're going to make sure you see what you want to see. So one of the things that I thought that was so important that they brought up and that the CEO could not rightfully say no, that they don't do it, was biometrics. So biometrics is like basically like, the fingerprint that we use on our phone, or if we use our face to unlock our screen and stuff like that.
Right.
And so basically they asked him a question about whether TikTok was using that camera on your phone to check when your pupils dilate. So meaning when you see something that you're interested in, your pupils will dilate and show that you're interested in it.
Yeah.
And that's how they know what you're interested in.
What the heck? What?
Yep.
TikTok is TikToking our dilation of our eyes. Like, what?
Listen, girl,
That's
I
crazy.
wouldn't be surprised.
No,
I would not be surprised.
Honestly, me either. That's it's creepy, but it's
we know that China is light years beyond us.
Yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Like, have you ever seen China? Like, obviously, we haven't seen it in person, but like pictures and just it's cool. It's futuristic.
Listen, I be seeing stuff on TikTok all the time where the Chinese people, like I just saw something today. The person had a pencil, they broke the tip off and then, resharpened it. Then they had an eraser that was automatic. So you press the button and that thing just going by itself. Then you know how when the eraser got the little stuff,
yeah.
They had a little vacuum cleaner that just vacuumed the stuff up. I said,
oh no.
This is a game changer.
Yeah, this is different. If we had that back when we was going to school, listen, That would be a distraction.
Listen, I need everything that China got.
Yeah.
Them little portable washers and dryers.
Mm-hmm.
I need that. Now, it don't wash many clothes, but you literally hook the joint up to your water supply in the house
right.
and wash your little clothes.
Did you ever see their cool snacks too that they have? Listen, once again, I'm a foodie. Did you ever see their cool snacks that they have like at their corner stores and stuff like that?
Well, I did see, not at the corner stores, but I did see that they have like the vending machines, and the vending machines actually put out like real food, like not chips and cookies and pies and cakes. No, it's putting out shrimp lo mein, egg roll, like stuff like that.
Oh my God! Listen, I'm ready to take a trip to China.
I ain't gonna hold you. It's gonna be a certain part that I gotta go to in China, because now you know in China they also be eating seafood and they eat all them bottom feeders and stuff.
Yeah.
They be crawling around when it come on your plate.
Yeah, no.
Get somebody else to do it,
please, because ain't no way in heck.
It ain't going nowhere near my mouth. I don't even want it on my plate. Don't even disrespect me like that.
Yes.
I don't want no parts of it.
Listen, none. Get somebody else to do it, like she said.
But yeah, like, you know, China is light years beyond us. So I don't find it far-fetched at all that China is doing a lot of the things that we think that they're doing.
Right.
And honestly, like, as much as I love TikTok, I appreciate the fact that the government is concerned about making sure that certain information is being filtered out, you know, protecting our information as much as possible. Like, I appreciate that, you know, they saw it, you know, as a big deal.
Yeah, yeah. They care. At least we know they care.
Or do they care about themselves?
Yeah,
that's
listen, right.
Do they care about us, or do they care about themselves?
Right, exactly.
But either way, we live here. So.
Yes, we do. So, so that's funny.
But we have a nice topic for you all this week. As single women, you know, we always question, you know, I know you all have heard us say this before, that we question about whether we want to bring children into this world in the first place.
Absolutely.
Especially with all of what we talked about already on this episode.
Absolutely.
But one of the things that just grinds our gears.
Listen, grinds the gears.
Just get me all the way chopped, okay?
Listen.
Is when people who have children, or, I mean, I guess it's synonymous with being in a relationship. So maybe, you know, they're possibly in a relationship, possibly not. But one thing that we know for certain is that they do have children.
Yes.
Constantly question why single people are broke.
Listen. Yeah. Super broke. Like, why? Why question it?
And I feel like it's disrespectful.
Absolutely.
Like, you don't know my life. Just because I don't have 3 kids don't mean I don't got responsibility.
Listen, 3 kids. Listen, let me just say this, okay? She don't have no kids. I don't have no kids, okay? We have other things that take up our time. We both like to shop. That's something we share together, okay? She always shows me the deals.
We share it together.
Listen, we share it together, okay? But she always shows me the deals, okay? So I can take her.
I got a pair of boots I want to show her after this, because I ain't never show you them Steve Madden. They sure did.
Okay, we're having a moment, but they came. I'm so excited to see them. So anyway, but yes, so we, you know, you have different things. We like to go shopping. We work a lot. You work even more when you don't have kids, because when you don't have kids, you don't have no reason to come home, or you don't have no reason to, you know what I mean? You can make your money. We don't get no benefits like y'all do. Okay, let me tell you. I had to pay $497 into taxes this year. Right, thank you for that face.
Look, I'm waiting to say your line. Message.
Listen, message, okay? 4 something. 4. I was only supposed to get 2 something back, and I'm paying 4 in. So we ain't gonna talk about going into that, but that's just one little example.
That's one little example. Shoot. But then you really gotta, like you said, we have a lot on our plate as well. Absolutely. Like, just because we don't have no kids, don't mean that our bills stop. Listen, we still got electricity. Absolutely. We still got rent. Absolutely. We still got car payment. Absolutely. We still got medical insurance. Absolutely. We still got every bill that y'all got. Now, as much as people don't like to talk about, you know, when y'all get your tax money back and the fact that y'all can claim your children and stuff like that, I know that's a touchy subject, so I'm not gonna really go into that. Right. But realistically, I mean, come on now. During COVID, people was getting stacks.
Listen, racks on racks on racks. Okay, they was eating.
Rack City went.
Listen, Rack City. Okay.
Listen, people came up.
Yeah, they did.
They was taking all types of trips and this and that and getting all types of surgeries, this and that.
Ha. Okay, sorry.
Message. No, but seriously, we ain't gonna yank your chain too much. No. But just stop asking people that. Like it's a very sensitive and just disrespectful thing to assume that because we don't have children, we don't have responsibility.
Absolutely.
I work just as hard as everybody else.
Yes, ma'am.
I got just as many bills as everybody else.
Absolutely.
But I don't get as much benefits when it comes to tax return and things like that.
Absolutely.
So I don't have access to like big lump sums of money at times like that.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't even understand it.
Listen,
Inflation happened to everybody, not just y'all.
Listen, definitely not just y'all. And not to even mention, yes, I don't have kids. I have a boyfriend that doesn't have kids either. We both don't have kids, and we spend a lot of our time and our money on going to different places, like trying to find when we have some free time when we're not at work to do, and that's even expensive. Mm-hmm. I mean, grocery shopping. I want some. Listen, if y'all are selling, I shouldn't even say this one. If you selling the stamps,
hit us up,
please.
The cheat code unlocked.
Please. No, but seriously, like it's not easy being a single.
It's not.
Without,
and I know you and I have talked about this before. Mm-hmm. It's a level of insensitivity because, like, when you allude to a person not having children or whatever the case may be, you don't even know their plight. You don't know their story. Like, what if I can't have children?
Right.
What if I had a miscarriage and I just lost my child?
Exactly.
It's a very sensitive topic, and I feel like it's a two-way street. The same way you want respect when people, talk to you about your children and which choices you decide to make.
Absolutely.
We want that same privilege. Please. Like, I work my ass off. I'm stressed out most days at my job.
Listen.
And then I gotta be stressed out by y'all asking me why I'm broke.
Yeah, why I'm broke.
Now I do well, I try to get a little savings account. A little savings.
A little save.
But that don't mean from week to week I got a penny pinch here and there sometimes.
I got you. Listen, I feel it.
That is what it is.
I feel it. So just please don't ask us that anymore.
Yeah. Politely, respectfully.
Thank you.
And honestly.
But
it is time for conspiracy time.
Conspiracy thinkers.
So today on Conspiracy Talk,
this is a good one.
We don't have much for you all, but I know that you all, and I meant to ask you this. You know what the Mandela effect is?
I want to say I do, but I don't at the same time. So go ahead and enlighten me, sis.
So, the Mandela effect basically says that, like, you heard about, what was it, CERN, where they had created a machine and open up the portals or whatever the case may be. Like, doing stuff like that basically erased certain things from human existence and remember. Like, it changed the fate of the world type thing. Like, little small details. They went back and changed small things.
Right.
Conspiracy or not? I don't know.
Listen.
But, so Mandela effect is, so, I'm going to just give you an example. So, you know the books that we grew up with growing up, like the Berenstain Bears?
Yeah, I had like every book.
Now, spell Berenstain.
Come on now.
Just to the best of your ability.
She giving me a vocab test right now. Gosh dang. Berenstain. So, Bernstain. I don't know. Okay,
listen. You ain't had to get it right 100%.
Yeah, okay.
But the point was, you remember it Stein.
Yes.
It's apparently Stain. So basically, our brains remember things in a certain way that apparently don't exist. Like recently with Hypnotic. Okay. Hypnotic don't have a Y in between it, but people think it's HYP.
Yeah.
It's no Y in between the P. It's HP.
Huh.
Yes.
Keep going.
So, to say all of that, we all remember the 90s film with Shaq in it where he played a genie called Kazam.
Yes.
Now, there's a vivid memory from a group of people who remember Sinbad, the comedian, playing that role. And the movie was called Shazam.
Yeah.
Apparently, if you search that up, that movie does not exist.
At all.
But why do people remember it vividly? And why do people have physical copies of VHS tapes?
With Shazam.
Even Sinbad, even with that bit of information, even Sinbad says that it does not exist and he never did that movie before.
Listen, you want to know... This is going to be a little bit funny, because I think it's funny, but so I don't know. You remember, so yes, I do remember Sinbad being in that movie.
And the funny thing, I don't.
I do. That's weird. I do, because my aunt, rest her soul, she used to have all those type of movies, and she used to record them. She had the old VCR tape and it had 2 VCRs, so you could put one in. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So she had that. So I remember her taping that, and she used to show me and my cousin that movie a lot, so I do remember that movie. But what I'm going to go say next is, do you remember the guy from 101, Flex?
Yes.
Do you remember him playing Michael Jackson?
Yes.
Okay.
He was the worst Michael Jackson.
They put powder on him. They said, listen. They said poof. And they made him Michael Jackson. Like, that's going to be one of them Mandela effects for us when we get like...
Yeah, they going to try to trick us and like that never existed. Oh, but we remember.
Listen,
we ain't never going to forget that.
Never.
It was terrible.
It was absolutely awful.
And I love Flex.
Yeah, me
Flex,
too.
if you watching this, I love you. There's a lot of things that I love him in. Absolutely. I love his character.
Yeah.
I love him in the Tubi movie.
With
the assistant.
Erica Mena.
He did a really good job in that movie.
He did.
I like him. Now, I will say another role that I did not like him in, going off on a tangent, was as the first Darnell on Girlfriends.
I kind of remember him in that, yeah, but
He was only on there for a very short period of time before they switched to the other guy. Because, I mean, a lot of the times it'd be chemistry between the actors and stuff like that. If there's no chemistry, they switch it up.
They switch it up, yeah, right.
But yes, that I do believe, yeah, you're right. They probably will switch him out. Yeah.
I bet you.
Well, this is evidence
that
Flex Washington paid Michael Jackson.
Yes, he did. Yes, he did.
He did.
He did. We don't have to show a picture because it's going to be too funny.
I will.
We got to find a picture.
But yes, it's a conspiracy. And I also just recently saw a video of Sinbad actually trying to denounce the theory. Basically saying he was on crack or on drugs. Now, the delivery was very satirical. Like, you could tell that he kind of was joking. But, I mean, was he joking all the way? I don't know.
Right.
But talking about he was on crack at that point in his life real bad. And he did that movie to get some money for a fix. And then was saying that I paid the government to wipe the movie off of the face of the earth because I was in a bad place in my life. And this is that and the third. And so if you seeing this... or if you still got a copy of it because there's only 2 copies left in the world, they might kill you and this, that. You don't even know that you on a hit list and this, that, and the third. And I'm just like, yo, this is weird.
Yeah, super weird. Like, what?
But is it a conspiracy or not?
Right.
I'm going to leave it up to y'all. If y'all have a copy of that movie, let us know. Because I want to know if y'all remember it.
Yeah, share it with us, please.
Because I'm not going to hold you. I remember Shaq.
Me too. I
don't remember Sinbad.
It's on... Tubi or something like that. Because
I saw it and I was thinking about watching it. But
I watched it.
That movie was, from my recollection, my memory banks, it was kind of stupid.
It was.
So I don't really want to watch it. But
it was kind of funny though.
Well, maybe we can take a gander and see if we can laugh at it for old times' sake.
Right. So,
but yeah, sis, I guess you can introduce us and bring us into our next topic.
Okay, so We're gonna kind of end it on a debatable topic. We'll see
something that people can relate to.
Something that people can definitely relate to. So, I have a question. I'm just gonna ask it. Does attraction grow over time,
or is it something that you have to have right off the bat?
Right. Does it happen immediately, or does it?
Or
can it grow over time? So. I'm going to let you go first. Because I feel like usually I go first. And then you're like, oh, yeah, well, let's see if we have the same. Let's see if we have the same
Yeah, like, I'm normally over here zipping my lips.
Yeah, she's like, listen, I'm not saying nothing, not yet. So we're going to start with you.
So I don't know. I don't think a lot of people watching this will find it a surprise that I personally think that attraction is something you need to have right off the bat. I do feel like it can grow, but I feel like like for it to be able to grow, you have to be at least a little bit attracted to the person. Because physically, okay, and I've learned about myself within the last day or so,
right,
or a couple of days, that I may be a little superficial. I may be a little immature in the way that I look at attraction.
Okay,
because I do look at attraction mostly based off of looks and appearance.
Okay,
but after hearing some other opinions, it encompasses a lot more than just physical.
Okay.
Emotional attraction. Just I don't know, just being attracted to their being as a whole, like who they are,
right?
Their personality,
right.
It's a lot that goes into attraction.
Right. So I like to a lot of times on Sistah Talk, I like to share like my stories that I can have that relate to our topics. So I'm gonna be transparent right now. I'm gonna talk about like when I first seen Malcolm.
Okay.
We met at a park. I remember I had shades on. So he couldn't look at me.
She did one of these.
Listen, they can't see my eyes unless my head is bent. Listen. So I had my shades on. I did not want him to be able to look directly into my eyes. First of all, it was a nervous thing. Second of all, I just didn't want him to like know what I was looking at.
Right.
And
all women look down. Go ahead.
Listen.
Especially if you got the gray sweatpants.
Listen. Okay. So, I actually made sure I got to the park before him so that I could have time to like gather myself before I seen him. And long story short, he comes and the first thing I look at, he's gonna be like, "Wow, you really said this? Well, you really like told this story." So the first thing I look at is the fact that first of all, he's chocolate. Okay. His skin was buttery chocolate. Okay.
Not buttery. She said, "Ooh."
Yeah. He was chocolate and he had his hair in like a ponytail and I was just like, oh yeah, this, I'm gonna say, listen, this nigga, listen.
It wouldn't be the first time we said the M-bone.
I'm taking him home. So anyway, yeah, I looked at his appearance, so I would have to agree with you.
Now, with that being said,
yes.
Were there any relationships prior to him that you weren't as specifically attracted to the person right offhand? Did that attraction grow, or because you weren't attracted, you couldn't grow past it?
That's a great question. So, without saying any names, yes, there was somebody that I was not attracted to.
Whisper in my ear. Okay.
So, that I was not attracted to at all. And I did, like, date him for a little bit because he was a nice person. That sounds shitty. Hold on.
As women, we do that a lot.
Yeah,
listen, you did that before. Don't judge me.
Listen, don't judge me. But no, seriously.
So, all right. So you weren't attracted.
No, I wasn't.
So I felt like it was a nice period of time where you were dating that person.
Mm-hmm.
So, it was a nice period of time.
It was. It just felt little because I guess,
it was insignificant in the grand scheme of things.
Yeah. I like that. Yes.
It was a nice amount of time at the time.
Yes, it was a nice amount of time.
So, did the attraction grow?
No.
So I got a question. So was there any emotionally, were you connected to him, or did it stop you from being able to be connected to him because he was not attractive?
So it stopped me from being able to connect with him because he was not attractive. Like, just think about this. Like, and at the time I was still like living with my parents and stuff like that as well. So it's not like we, lived together. But you have to. I just thought about it like I gotta wake up and look at this person every day.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh. Like, you're nice, but I just don't. Yeah, I don't think you look good. So I would definitely say that was one of the main reasons why I was just like, it was easier to be like, okay, I'm done. Because I wasn't attracted. So
all right, so let's be clear. You saying that attraction is not something that can grow?
To me, attraction is not something that can grow.
Okay. I'm gonna say, like I said, I have a stipulation in my contract.
Okay.
I feel like right on top, you have to be attracted to the person. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it.
And I agree with that. I do.
But when I say attracted, it could be like an inkling of it. Like, you don't gotta be like, oh my God, he's so fine.
Yeah.
Like, it gotta just be like, I don't think you're ugly. So at least if you don't think the person is ugly,
right,
then that leaves room for the attraction to grow.
Got you. Yeah, I get it.
And what I was saying on names, one of my exes, I was not 100% attracted to him when I first saw him.
Right.
And when I saw him on this dating app, he had a jerry curl in one of the pictures.
Excuse me.
I'm sorry if you're watching.
Not
You're an amazing person. Not.
Listen,
no, but seriously, in all fairness, the Lord brought you into my life for a reason. If you're watching this, let's just leave it there. I'm not gonna be bitter at all. However, he had a jerry curl.
A jerry.
And I was like, "Jerry curl."
I didn't even know.
In my mind,
a jerry. What year are we in?
In my mind, I heard, "Just let your soul glow." Curl looking boy. I know you need me. All right, but anyway, that's what I heard in my mind when I saw that picture.
Yes.
And I was like, jerry curl, okay.
All right.
Okay. Said okay.
Yeah.
He don't got a jerry curl in this picture.
All right.
I guess I can get jiggy with this.
Yeah.
But how tall is he?
Right. Like what's his height?
Okay.
Right.
All right. But the conversation good.
Okay.
All right, cool.
Jerry curl
So, we took the conversation out of that.
Okay.
Started texting, started FaceTiming and stuff.
Okay.
And when I saw him in person, I was like, okay. He's not a bad, like, when I saw him on FaceTime, I said, he's not a bad looking dude. You know, now, I didn't look at him immediately and be like, oh my God, I just want to jump his bones.
Yeah.
But I will say, and we weren't together for very long, 7 months total, 3 months of good, 4 months of bad.
Right.
In those 3 months, I believe that the attraction grew enough for me to desire him and to want to touch him and be around him and be affectionate with him. Like, I didn't look at him like, ew, he ugly. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't repulsed by him.
Yes.
But what I will say is, I think that, yes, the attraction can grow. But me personally, I would love for the attraction to be here, right off the bat.
It ain't nothing like being attracted to your spouse, period. Like, it's just... Yeah, because you have to remember, you're going to see this person, they going to see you. But it goes both ways. On your worst days, where you wake up and you're like, man, I don't feel like, I want to be in PJs all day and look crazy with no bra on. They're going to see you like that, you know what I mean? And they still have to find some type of attraction in you. So, I don't know. I'm kind of like, yes, I don't think attraction can grow after time, but I also agree with you. So it's just like, I agree with you, but I agree with myself, but I agree. Yeah, I don't know.
It's like you agree with the stipulation in the contract.
Absolutely, definitely.
But I will say, you know, as the newer person in my life, when I first saw that person,
she said, Lord, it's like, nah, let me not.
No, seriously. I said, it's two of them, God. Because I saw one guy, and I was like, oh, he's attractive. But then when I saw this guy, I said, damn.
Okay.
And that was my thought ever since.
Ain't nothing wrong with that.
And you know, of course, the attraction in other areas just grew because naturally I'm physically attracted to you. So at this point,
yeah. Listen, everything else is flowing.
Everything just falls into place. But you know, we brought this conversation up because I and her, like many others in this world, like to watch Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight.
And I don't know if y'all saw this most recent, well, I guess it's not the most recent one, but it's the most recent season that's on Netflix. Because they have another season that they just put out, but it's actually on TV right now.
Right.
It was a season, where was they in Atlanta?
Yes. Yes.
And the reason why we brought this up is because the one couple on there, Jacob and Haley, were having a lot of issues because of attraction.
Yes.
And the experts even said at the end of it that they felt like if Jacob would have got past the fact that she wasn't attracted to him and tried to build on that more, that she could have been.
Yes, yes.
And I believe that could have been true with him because to me, he wasn't a bad looking older dude.
No, he wasn't. He kind of like had the salt and pepper, white guy look. And it was cool. I felt like they looked really good together.
They did.
I feel like, Haley was kind of very awkward. I felt like she was more awkward than what he was sometimes.
And I think she honestly was emotionally unavailable.
Yes.
Like, she liked to blame everything on him, but I don't think that she realized that every time that man tried to get close to her,
yep.
If it's not what I want, it ain't going down.
Yeah, she's pumping the brakes. I thought that was really, healthy that she was able to tell him about his clothes because she didn't particularly like how he dressed, so I thought that was pretty cool.
She actually bought him a whole new wardrobe.
Yeah, she did. And he actually didn't hate
the stuff that she bought.
And I feel like that's really healthy to be able to communicate with your significant other about something that's sensitive, because that can be very sensitive. You're telling somebody that you don't like their style. And this is what you would like them to wear. So, I don't know. I thought that was pretty cool. So
I feel like, yes, I could see where the professionals were coming from, where they were saying, like, if he wouldn't have got so hung up on it and tried, it could have worked. But think about it from the flip side of it. And from experience, I've been in a relationship with a person who who I didn't personally feel was attracted to me. And they may have said some things to allude to that as well. And I feel like when a person lets you know openly that they're not attracted to you, and like they kind of like, body language is everything. If I go in like this and you flinch back from me, that's like, whoa, hold up.
Right.
And so could you really fault him for not wanting to try? Because literally everything about him, she could not get with.
No, you would almost sometimes see her like cringe. Like something in the mouth area would be like when he would say something, she'd be like,
and he tried.
Yeah,
he tried really hard for her.
He did.
Like, come on now. He accepted them clothes. He didn't get upset.
Nope.
He tried to talk to you about everything that was on his mind. And she literally brushed him off and didn't acknowledge his feelings.
He had a very dry sense of humor.
He did.
And I thought it was kind of funny just because he did have a dry sense of humor, but it was very awkward that she didn't understand his sense of humor.
Because she was being so judgmental.
Yes.
How they had the little names underneath about who every person was.
Yes.
For her, she was the Mr. Pick 'em Apart or something like that. Or Miss Pick 'em Apart. So she already is that person in a relationship, and she realizes that. And I don't know, I just feel like she wanted him to kiss her behind. I feel like that's what she wanted. And one of the scenes that really made me so upset when I watched it was when they argued about that ring.
Hold on.
Now, hopefully you got to that part, because I know you said you stopped.
Fill me in real quick.
All right. So he gave her. It was a bracelet, not a ring. Sorry.
Okay.
He gave her a bracelet on the day of the wedding before they actually saw each other.
Okay.
He said that he paid like $800 for this bracelet.
Okay.
So he gave it to her at the wedding. Apparently, she gave it to her mom, who lives in a different state, because she didn't want it to get lost or get misplaced or whatever the case may be. And it made it back to wherever the mom was at. Well, they're in this experiment for like 2 months.
Right.
She never called the mom and said, hey, can you send it to me? It never meant that much to her for her to have it.
Right.
And he was very irritated by that.
Well, yeah, because
he was
that was special.
He was like, I don't even care if it's in, just in the house and you don't wear it.
Yeah.
But the fact that it's here means that you at least care about it.
Right.
And so she blew it out of proportion, as if he was like, oh, well, since it's not working out between us, I want my gift back. She calls her mom and basically tells the mom, like, well, can you send it to me because I want it here in his possession, such and such and such and such. And I'm just like,
yeah, you're being kind of.
And then the mama just like, well, if I gotta drive it to you myself, I will drive to Atlanta. Girl, if you don't shut the hell up and engage in this girl,
yeah, and stop condoning her behavior. Like, what in the world?
That's why she delusional.
Listen, super. She was weird. She was really weird. I really wasn't a fan of her.
I was not a fan of her either, and she looked like a B word. Every time she talked,
she had the RBF. She had the rest of bitch face. She had the RBF. She did. She had the rusting.
I just thought it was so funny how literally all of the guys got his sense of humor, thought he was hilarious, had a great time with him, but she could not. And even the women even said they liked him,
right?
And she just couldn't get with it.
But you and I know you probably remember. Have you seen her with other people?
Mm-hmm.
You know, in the show, like when she would hang out with the other girls, she would be more like engaging and more like haha and laughing. But when she was around him, she just
clammed up.
Yeah,
she didn't say much. Like he would ask her a question the same way she felt like when she asked him a question, he didn't give enough. Is exactly what she was doing to him.
Absolutely.
Is exact, and I believe that they were a tit for tat couple.
Yeah.
I felt like they just fed off of each other's energy, and that's why they couldn't get anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Like he was just giving her what she was giving him, and it just went back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Well, I don't know. You guys tell us. In your experience, can attraction grow, or do you feel like you have to be attracted to your person immediately? Leave us some comments.
Please leave us some comments. We would love to know, to read some of you guys' experience. I feel like, one last quick little thing. I feel like, we didn't talk about our main couple. That had
you're right.
That had the issue.
You're right.
That had the issue. Miss Page, which was a beautiful
black woman, established.
Oh my gosh. Beautiful.
Deserved it. Deserved a good man. Okay?
Yes, she did. With a fuck
Maintained grace and composure.
With a fuck boy. I'm saying it. We might have to bleep it out. No, we're not. We're not bleeping it out. With a fuck boy.
Because that's what he was.
From the beginning. Told this girl on her honeymoon.
The day after.
The
wedding.
He had another bitch pregnant.
But not only just that, after they shared 2 sexual encounters, the wedding night and on the wedding morning,
2,
told her that he was not attracted to her. And left her in the bedroom.
How, sir?
Right.
How was you not attracted to her when you was laying
But then
down?
gave her a BS excuse of, I did it to see if the connection could grow. And when it didn't, he said, I'm going to go get us breakfast. Went downstairs and then come back for like 3 hours.
What was he doing for 3 hours? That's what was going through my mind.
Apparently getting his mind together.
Shit. Listen. Girl, this couple made me so mad. Mm-hmm. We could literally go on for like hours talking about this couple. But that was just a little short snippet of...
I mean, because it's like, in their instance, maybe attraction couldn't grow for them. Right. Because he had an idea. The thing is, he had an idea, and I think this may also be a good thing to say, is that attraction may not be able to grow when you have a preconceived notion or idea of who you want to be with and what you like. If you have a type, you will not be able to deviate from that type.
Right.
And true. I thought it was highly disrespectful for him to say she's not a trophy wife. I'm like all the black women, black queens, in white Atlanta. Queens, and y'all. That's disrespectful.
It's super disrespectful, and he was just really, really. Like, he just wasn't tasteful about his words that came out of his freaking mouth. He didn't
care. He didn't have any respect or any regard for her feelings.
Nothing. He did not care. And there's multiple times when I was watching it, I said, sis, put your hands on him.
And I'm
violence is not the answer, but listen, he was just being disrespectful.
Yeah.
So disrespectful.
And I think like one other thing that we can say about that couple is that he was searching so much for this attraction that he keeps saying And then he was gaslighting the crap out of her because he would say, oh yeah, you know, I told her what I was going through and she prayed over me and now I'm just so much more attracted to her.
Shut up.
But then you dog her 2 seconds later.
Listen, please shut up, sir.
Yeah. So, I don't know. I still stick by, you gotta at least be a little bit attracted.
Yes, I agree with that.
Just a little bit.
100%.
And then the attraction can grow from there.
Absolutely. So, all right.
You know, that was a mouthful.
It was a mouthful. We got through it, though.
We sure did. Still got a little drunk in my gut.
Listen, I'm not going to lie. I'm down to the pineapples, y'all. So I said I was going to try one while we on the camera. So I'm going to figure out how I'm going to get this joint out. Because I don't want to dig my hand. You know what?
But I say the best way to do it is you have to get that last little set. No, hopefully don't. I'm about to say fall out of.
Y'all. All right, we're not gonna take up the ending.
Look, you know it's good. Girl.
Y'all. Listen, I'm saying y'all. Excuse me, I done got it on my lips and stuff. Oh, that was good.
But yeah, so as a reminder, everybody, you know, we're gonna be taking a short break. The next episode will be airing on May 1st.
May 1st, don't forget it.
May 1st.
Yes.
So, you know, we hope you enjoyed this 11th episode. And please, you know, during that time that we're off, share those episodes with your friends.
Please.
Your family, anybody you think could be interested.
You don't know who can use it.
You don't know. But we appreciate you all watching. Thanks for tuning in for another episode of the Sistah Talk podcast. I'm your host, Gold Chain Diva. And this is my co-host,
Ms. Didi, and that's what is it.
And you can find me on social media at goldchain__diva. And you can find my co-host,
MZ_, and you know the last name, Didi.
All right. Well, thanks for watching, and we hope you enjoyed.
Yes.
Have a good night.